Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Mikey's back with a dip alternative review. Today, I'm going to be revisiting Smokey Mountain. This one is their Arctic Mint flavor. America's original Smokey Mountain Herbal Snuff. Arctic Mint, tobacco-free, nicotine-free. This is a standard, it's a 1 ounce can. It's a 1.2 ounce shaped can, but it only holds 1 ounce of product. Tobacco-free, nicotine-free. It's got their website, their 800 number, logo, Arctic Mint Herbal Snuff, the obligatory UPC code, and back into the Smokey Mountain. On the back, it does have a Best By date, which 10/3, and I can't make out the year. Is that 24? Did I buy old Smokey Mountain? Yep, looks like I bought old Smokey Mountain. Oh well, I'm going to try it anyway. I keep forgetting this actually has date code stamped on it. I don't know if that's a manufacturer or a Best By. It does not specify. There's your back label. Plastic can with stickers. Our food grade products are proudly made in our modern FDA registered and inspected facility in Coppell, Texas. American made product. Tobacco free, nicotine free Smokey Mountain Herbal Snuff, and the ingredients are as follows. Molasses, #1 ingredient. Corn silk. That never gets old. Corn silks. Chopped up corn silks in molasses. It also has water, glycerin, kuzu root, which I looked that up. It's an invasive plant in the South. They kind of call it the plant that swallowed the South. It's everywhere down there. But apparently the root has been used for medicinal and cooking purposes for centuries. Natural and artificial flavorings. Salt, licorice, sodium bicarbonate, propylene glycol, has blue 2, yellow 6, and red 40 lakes for color. Methyl and propyl parabens are preservatives, and it contains a touch of cayenne powder. Molasses, corn silks, flavorings, a few other ingredients with a touch of cayenne powder. Manufactured by Smokey Mountain Chew Incorporated, gives their address in Coppell, Texas. So, my last run-in with Smokey Mountain was with their wintergreen flavor. It sat like a little rock in my lip. A molasses candy rock with a slight wintergreen flavor. Now, that was kind of my first foray into the alternate dip stuff, and it nearly broke me, because if that's what I was to expect, I wasn't going to do these. However, I found some other alternatives that are pretty good, and I'm going to give these guys another shot, because some reading I've done and some tips, they say don't pinch it quite as hard, which is the exact opposite from some of the other dip alternatives. Some of the other dip alternatives, you have to pinch them harder to keep them from getting floaters going all over the place. Apparently with this, if you don't pinch it quite as hard, it won't compress down into that little molasses candy rock in your lip. That makes a little bit of sense. So, I'm going to try this without pinching it as hard as I did the wintergreen, and we'll see what happens. Has a minty aroma to it. There's something else going on in there. Can't quite put my finger on it. It's probably the molasses and the mint fighting for dominance. There's your money shot. That's what molasses and corn silks look like. Yeah. There's your lid shot. It does have a pseudo-dippish appearance. You know, long, skinny strands. Now, let me try and pinch some of this. And I'm not going to pack it down real bad. And I'm getting a monster pinch out of here. Oh boy. Let me not pinch quite as much. Not as much as that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, okay, I'm going to have a decent sized pinch anyway. Seems to hold together fairly well. Give this a moment to work its magic. I guess in theory I could eat this. Corn silk, so I'll get my fiber for the day. However, I'm going to spit. I'm not quite sure what to make of this. I didn't pinch it as hard as last time. I think it's showing. But I got a really big pinch, which I wanted to get a smaller pinch, but it's kind of an all or nothing kind of thing. And I'm getting some mint flavor. It's not a strong mint. It's a mellow mint. And you know, the molasses and the wintergreen I tried was very prominent. I mean, in-your-face molasses. This one, so far, no. It's just mild mint. Oh, there's a touch of molasses. Got a touch of molasses right there. But the mint is still dominant. And it is raining cats and dogs outside. If it sounds a little staticky and I'm having to speak up, because I'm having a hard time hearing myself. It's raining so stinking hard right now. I got a metal roof on this garage. And it's becoming a little deafening right now. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. But it is just coming down to beat the band right now. That's one bad thing about being up here is I got a direct line of sight into my neighbor's backyard. Yeah. They've been remodeling that house for months. They've been doing a lot of work to it. The prior occupants lived there for nearly 40 years. So I'm imagining that some of the decor in there was dated. Back to the Smokey Mountain Herbal Snuff. I don't know why they call it Herbal Snuff. Molasses, corn silks. I guess the kuzu root would count as herbal. I don't know. The flavor, it's okay. It's a very mild mint. And it's not a strong mint, not in your face. I'm getting no mint. A slight touch of minty burn. Barely there. It's like the mint and the molasses were fighting for dominance. And the mint is coming out on top. Barely. It does have that syrupy aftertaste from the molasses, but the predominant flavor is a mild mint. Pinching it a little bit looser, this feels a little bit more like an actual dip in my lip now. First time I tried it, I had pinched down on it too hard, and this sat like a rock in my lip. It was a molasses with a slight wintergreen flavored hard candy with corn silks coming out of it. This one, I pinched it a bit lighter, but I want to give these guys a fair shake. This feel is more dip-like in my lip than it was the first time because I didn't bite down on it too hard with my fingers. I just kind of pinched enough to get it in there and let it do its thing. Floaters, a little bit, not a whole lot. I am getting some, and they feel a lot like tobacco floaters. I guess the corn silks kind of give it that little bit of coarseness that kind of mimics dip a little bit. Some of the other ones I tried, they have that feel, but they're softer because a lot of them are tea or mint leaf based. Going with corn silks, this is interesting. I believe they started this company back in the early 90s. Late 80s, early 90s. Now, they've been around for a while. And there must be enough people liking it because they've been around for a while. And for dip alternatives, I see this stuff everywhere in my area. Not every single mini mart, but like every other one carries it. So it's the predominant dip alternative product in my area besides nicotine pouches. But yeah, all in all, this isn't too bad. The mint flavor, it's there. It's very mild. If you're a heavy mint head like I am, this is a little bit underwhelming. Got corn silk on my lip. There we go. That felt weird. I'm busy talking and a corn silk landed on my lip. I was like, what is that? I could probably swallow this. It's all food grade ingredients. And I'm spitting just because. I don't know. Me and corn silks, I don't know. This does have a dip-like feel, but it's not a complete dip-like feel. There's something different about it where you're subconsciously it's like, this is not tobacco. And it's not. This gives you flavor and feel. No nicotine, no caffeine. Although they do make a caffeinated version of this now. I know it's available in pouches. I don't know if it's available loose like this. Next I make a Smokey Mountain, I'm going to try their pouches. I'm not sure if anybody around here carries the pouches. I may have to go online and buy some. It's fairly inexpensive. It's like between $4 and $5 a can, I believe, or if I remember correctly. You know, budget dip prices in my area. All in all, this is an okay product. It's nothing earth-shattering for me. It'd be nice if it was a stronger mint flavor. The flavor is actually holding fairly well. I'm not getting surprisingly, the molasses, they made the mint strong enough to where the molasses is not really shining through very much. I'm getting hints of it, but for the most part, the mint is dominant. Which might be why it's coming across as kind of a weaker mint, a more mellow mint, because it has to try so hard to overtake that molasses flavor. But all in all, for the mouthfeel's not bad. It is starting to come apart a little bit. I'm getting more and more corn silk floaters, which is kind of annoying. But it's not that hard to control yet. All in all, decent product. Like I said, it's everywhere. It's the most common one in my area. Your area might be different, but here in the boondocks of Oregon, every second or third mini mart has some on the shelf. So it's not that hard to find in my area, that's for sure. I've only seen other brands around here once, and that was a fluke, and I was an hour away. I happened to walk into a place and, what's that? Oh, I thought they only sold that online. I had no idea it was available in retail stores. So I bought a can. Smokey Mountain? Yeah, it's everywhere. Nicotine pouches? They're everywhere. Everybody's got nicotine pouches. Dip? It's everywhere. Chew? A little bit here and there, not much. Are there better mint flavored dip alternatives out there? Yes. There's one that I prefer better. So far. My mint dip alternatives is limited. I've only tried a couple of them. So far I found one that has more of a dip-like feel and a stronger mint flavor. This one, mediocre. Mid-range flavor, lower to mid-range flavor. It's got a decent feel. I'm really not getting, I get hints of molasses every now and then, but not much. So, your mileage may vary. But this has been Smokey Mountain Herbal Snuff, their Arctic Mint flavor. Better than the wintergreen, in my opinion. Definitely better. But I haven't really tried the wintergreen much since the initial one, and I might give that one another shot without quite packing it down quite as much. I pinched this one rather loose and put it in. and it's allowing the juices to flow and releasing flavor. So the first time I pinched it like normal pinch dip, trying to get a good feel, and I basically turned it into a piece of corn silk hard candy. So your mileage may vary. Enjoy the content. Be sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate it. I do have channel memberships available now. Get early access to everything I upload before the general public does. This has been Smokey Mountain, Herbal Snuff, Arctic Mint. I will catch you all later. Take care. Bye.